In this video, we're going to show you to install the ABS speed sensor on your Cadillac Escalade located on the driver's side rear wheel area. We want to go ahead and remove our center cap, and ideally what you want to do is on these tabs around the wheel, there should be a notch on the center cap as well. So rotate it until you find the opening with the center cap as well as the wheel. You can use a screwdriver or a small pry tool and gently pry outward. Remove the center cap. Using a 22mm socket, loosen and remove your lug nuts. Go ahead and grab the wheel, remove it, and set it aside. Now our rear ABS speed sensor is this wire right here. And if you follow it down, it just bolts onto the back side of the axle area. So we're gonna get to that later on. But if you follow this up and around, the wire goes behind the splash shield, and then it runs up on top of the frame. Now there's a connector on top we wanna go ahead and get access to. So if you follow the harness up inside the frame and go behind the splash shield, that is the connector right there. It is actually clipped into the frame and has that blue on it. So we want to go ahead and use our trim tool. We're going to pop that out, disconnect the connector, and then we're going to pull that harness out. And we're going to use our trim tool, and we want to pop this piece out of the frame. I'm just kind of rocking this back and forth. There we go, and just popping that massive plug right out of the side of the frame. You want to follow this up. I'm going to go right up on top of the frame. Use your trim tool, get up underneath. And our goal is to pop this one out as well. And there should be a little tab right here on the top. There's not a lot of room to do that, but if you can do one hand. So I'm going to use a small flathead screwdriver, long thin one actually. And I'm going to go right behind the shock tower, and I'm going to lift up on this tab, and I'm going to use the screwdriver to try and pry this out because there is dirt and debris on this connector. It can be a little stuck, and just gently pry that, and there it is. It's now disconnected. I'm going to go ahead and bring this down, slide that out. Use your trim tool. Come on behind this little mounting button here. Pop it out. Now right here on the back side of the axle tube, behind the backing plate, you're going to locate the ABS wire using a T30 Torx bit. I'm using my 1/4-inch ratchet. Make sure that is in there. And then we want to loosen that. Now ours is getting a little tough. I do not want to break this off in there. If yours is binding up, this is a good practice. Go ahead and spray it with some rust penetrant, spray lube, something like that. Just want to get some on the threads in there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to work it back in, and I'm going to work it back out, and I'm going to do it a few times to make sure that that bolt does not break on us. That is a whole different can of worms that you do not want to deal with. And by doing this here, it's getting some of that penetrant on those threads. There it goes, nice and easy. Remove that bolt. There it is. There's a little rubber O-ring to help seal that in place, and by spraying that down with that penetrant, it was able to lubricate that enough to get that out. Now if you rotate the brake here, there's actually, you can see the tone ring or the gear moving on the inside there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a small bristle brush. It's just a little bit around, well, pretty much the same size as this hole, and I'm just going to clean that bore just a little bit. That's pretty much it. What that's going to do is clean out any debris or anything that might be there, causing any burrs or anything. You just want to be careful installing the new component, make sure it's clean. You can see him pulling out some garbage out of that port there. Now this isn't 100% necessary. If you have the small bore brush, you can go ahead and do that. Now what I like to do is put a tiny bit of grease on the O-ring. It's just going to help this slide in. Make sure you don't get it all over the sensor itself, but it's going to lubricate that O-ring so that it pops in and seats nicely. Go ahead and twist that in. Make sure that it's seated fully by looking on the side of it, that profile. Go ahead and get that screw started. And let's go ahead and snug that down. Now this does have a spacer in there, or a shim, a sleeve. So what you want to do is basically once it bottoms out, just give it a little bit more. You do want to make sure that it's good and snug. Now that we have this secured, we can start to run this up. Let's go ahead and install our little locking tab here. This just goes right up above. Line that up and push that in. Now we're going to hold off on installing this into the frame. The reason is I want the flexibility of having this connector up inside. So make sure that you have this kind of stretched out and not twisted up in any manner. Line it up as if it was to go. Now let's feed this up to the other connector. Now it's a little tough because you're doing it one hand, unless you can reach a hand up on the other side of that shock tower. Here we go. Here's clipped together. Now we need to install that into the frame here. There should be a hole right where I'm rubbing my fingers on over here. I had to disconnect the connector because it just kept getting in the way of me working. And sometimes this happens. But this is what we're trying to get out. Just work it around and pop that out. There it is. Okay, that is now secured. Go ahead and grab that harness, line this up. Now this is almost shaped like a D or an arch. It's going to line up with a design on the frame. Push it up and in. Now at this point, we're going to go ahead and install our wheel. Don't forget to clear any codes on the dash before you go for road test. And at that point there, you're all set. Go ahead and install your wheel. Go ahead and get all of your lug nuts started. And once you get these started, we'll go ahead and snug them down. Now we're snugging these down in a crisscross pattern. Go ahead and torque down our lug nuts to 140 foot-pounds. Now, installing the center cap, there is a particular way you want to do it. The center cap, you're going to find this little notch in it, and one of these notches needs to line up with one of the notches in the wheels. Line that up, pop it on, and you're all set.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.